After the straight ankle lock, the knee bar is the next most fundamental leg lock. Both are straight locks as opposed to twisting locks or compression locks. We just hyperextend the knee in the same way that we hyperextend the arm for the arm bar, but the details about how to do it are a little bit different. The reason that we showed this backstep knee bar is because I want to introduce the idea that knee bars yes, but leg locks pair very well with guard passing, where you have to make your partner defend one or the other, and if they decide they don't want to give you the leg lock, it'll make your guard pass easier. As your journey in jiu-jitsu continues, pairing those two together is really excellent. So if I'm on top, and Ilias is defending his guard, right? What I want to do is I want to backstep and attack. Like, you can actually attack either of these legs with knee bars. It's just the setup is different. But the one on our fundamentals curriculum and the one that I'm going to be going over today is the backstep knee bar that attacks this knee next to the camera. If I'm going for the knee cut pass, right? And I have my elbow in front of his leg. That's my cue to go for the knee bar. I can always continue to pass, right? But maybe he's giving me problems, he's got good tight frames. So I post on his hip with my elbow in front of his knee, and I'm just gonna backstep. And notice that my chest comes in front of my hips. We'll talk about that a little bit later. First thing I'm gonna do is underhook his leg. Then I climb and fall. My head goes on top of his toes. My legs kick out, then make hooks and pull his hips onto me. My arm goes for my shoulder and my hand goes for the top of his heel as I push down on his heel and very gently move my hips forward to get the tap. Doesn't take much, folks. We'll go over that with more details next. So, you can, of course, be going for other leg locks, and in order for him to defend, right, he doesn't want you to get your leg, so he rips the leg back. That's going to get you in on your passes, right? So attack the legs to set up passes, attack passes to set up leg attacks. When your elbow is in front of his knee, now we can backstep. Notice that my chest is in front of my hips. Andrew Smith, really great black belt at a Revolution BJJ in Richmond, calls this the gargoyle position. So I'm sitting like a gargoyle sits on the wall of the church. I want to underhook his leg. Now my arm is not going to be able, you can't probably see it, but I'm putting my palm on my other thigh just so he can't get his leg back. Now my arm is not as strong as his leg, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two arms and climb. And as I fall, I put my head on his toes. I remember it as using his toes for a pillow. The reason for this is if Ilias turns his toes to the ceiling, I'm now unable to straight knee bar him, right? Because the joint is pointed that way. But if I put my ear on his toes like it's a pillow, Ilias, try and get away.
I cannot.
It's really stuck. And you know, trust me, when you drill this, you'll understand. My legs cast out, extending, and make hooks as I pull his hips onto me. Now I put my hand on my shoulder and put my hand on his heel. Now the reason I put my hand on his heel is that we're attacking the meniscus, which means I want to compress the joint before I try to break it. Unlike an armbar where you try and hyperextend it before you hyperextend it, you want to compress and then gently hip in just a centimeter at a time for the tap. To give you an idea, if I don't, it's still going to get there. It's just going to take me a little bit more energy. So push down, grab, and hyperextend. The knee bar is a really powerful leg attack, and it could be like the straight ankle lock is legal at all belt levels. Pretty much gi or no gi anywhere, you're going to see the straight ankle lock legal. The knee bar doesn't become legal in the gi until a little bit later, but in a lot of no gi tournaments, it's legal for blue belts, intermediate no gi folks, or even white belts. So it's definitely worth investing the time to getting good at it, particularly into getting to that gargoyle position so that you can control that position and then use it to dominate, control, and attack other leg locks as well.